Are we back?
Second. There we go.
Are we back, Nemo?
Oh, you won't see it for another 30 seconds. Of course, I don't see
Okay.
it. There we go. Looks like you're on.
Can you hear me?
We're
Are we
back.
back?
We're back, yes.
Are we back? Nemo, can you hear me?
Oh.
Shout out to... Oh, wow. What's happening there? Oop,
Just a timeout.
Oop, oop.
No big deal.
Boop, boop, doop. Okay.
We're good.
My
Sorry,
computer's
folks.
Just being crazy, so I can't
I think we hit the limit in our Facebook Live. They tend to our keys only last for 4 hours,
That's right, they do.
and we went over 4 hours, and it just ended our video. But we only have 17 minutes left of that interview.
Well, here's the thing. I wanted to do this show in 2 different parts because it was so long and there was so much information. I wanted to do one of those the other night, but I didn't get everything ready in time. It got really late, and so this is what we've got, folks. But it all goes together, so it's important that you hear it all together. And what I'm going to do... as soon as I refresh my page here. I will say that the last 17 minutes of this interview that I said lasted for a really long time is rather, annoying to me, actually, just to hear it back again, because it's like, I feel like it's all for show.
Well, he's
It's all fake.
he's trying to go to the FBI, right? He's being chased by cars with tinted windows, front windows,
in
which
danger.
is illegal to have your front windows tinted. And they're following him, and he's trying to get to places so he can read. I'm like, what does he have? A manuscript in front of him? He's reading off these names. How is he reading all these names off and
He
keeping
said he's
track
got
of
his
driving in
laptop
traffic?
open. He's driving.
Yeah.
And he's going through red lights, and it's very dramatic. It's very dramatic, and also like a lot of the fake crying that you've seen on tonight's show from Chase Lyonise and Christina Hollenbach. I think that this was all very melodramatically acted out for the purposes of deceiving me, for the purposes of making me believe that he's not one of the people that orchestrated this and knows everything that's going on with every single person, but instead he's the target.
Yeah.
He's the victim himself. So I just wanted to make sure that you guys heard the whole thing.
Yeah.
And the only things I really edited out was a piece of information about the background of investigating that was done on this case that needs to be kept confidential.
Mm-hmm.
And also the dead zone parts. You had some dead zones there where, I didn't think you just wanted to sit there waiting to hear when
You'd
he
redial and
reconnected.
waiting for
So in between those little parts where you hear me say, I lost you. And he's like, yeah, I cut out all the space in between the lost call. So it could have been longer. Imagine that. But I wanted you to hear the whole thing so that you can judge for yourselves what it feels like to you, what it sounds like to you. And now in retrospect, what it sounds like to me. Yeah. I also wanted to mention, for context, that when we were doing, what we're having a conversation is the show, I think it was Real Idiots 1, 2, and 3, maybe? One of those shows. Or it was one of the shows in which I was talking about Ed Higgins and the Bernie's Avengers, the people that were in that chat that I reference. So I haven't figured out exactly for sure which show it is, but it had to have been aired right around June 16 or whenever this phone call took place, right?
Yep.
So I'm going to look back and figure out what show he was talking to me about, because within that show, we played some phone call somebody left us about Ed Higgins, and he thought that person sounded like a drunken Sadef calling into our show and leaving that message. So that was what he was talking about there.
Okay.
For people that were like, what's he talking about? Also, I thought it was very interesting, and you can tell I got annoyed with him because he was telling me that he suspected that Josh was lying about who he was and that things didn't square correctly with what he thought about this guy. And I was like, why would a person do that? I mean, it doesn't make any sense. And he was kind of insistent about it. What's really strange is that he knew then, as he does now, that Josh was a witness in a case where a woman was facing 15 years. And that the basis of the story that he told and the information that he gave about his background really didn't have anything to do with what he stated that he witnessed at the camp. I mean, honestly, he had told me the same things about his past job professions, that he worked at Apple, that he worked at, was it CBS? One of the,
yeah.
some television something. And that was kind of irrelevant to me, as was the past jobs or current jobs of Ren, his girlfriend, who also was a witness, or Jesse Sankey, who also was a witness. Their jobs may have had some relevance, like it did in the case of Jesse Sankey, because as an EMT and a Missoula smoke jumper who saw Mary himself and could attest to her health and to the way that her family treated her, the fact that he's also an EMT and that he's also, an accredited first responder had some significance. But the most important thing was their testimony that they saw that there was no elder abuse and that they knew that the scenario painted by Bill Runningfisher and Mulaney Stoneman were made up, could not have occurred, period. And we learned they were right. Those witnesses were right. And what Wes is doing in this phone call is calling into credibility the witnesses to discredit the story. Notice he also asks me, have you even seen this Kathleen Bennett? I mean, is she real?
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, yes, I did. And I told him all of the reasons that I know that she's real and that I know and what I've done to verify that Mary is also real and that she is safe. So that was really low. It was an underhanded bit of thing that he did there under the guise of just being concerned about who these people might really be. But if you look in the whole group of people that were doing that, it was a nasty undercutting, trying to discredit Kathleen Bennett's story, which again was absolutely true. And she was exonerated, and all her charges were dropped for real. Not like Chase Lyonize tried to tell you about his charges. He took a guilty plea. He's going to have to pay a fine, and he's going to have to do probation. But Kathleen Bennett did not. And she faced no charges whatsoever after that. So the last 17 minutes of this are quite boring. I'm just going to let you listen to them. And okay, here they are. 17 minutes left. A picture just yesterday, I think, on Ed Higgins's page.
By the way, the Armando Tellez thing came up, and I started getting this call the second I looked up his name on Facebook, like within a minute.
I know, it put up a red flag for me yesterday because he's one of those people that I told you is a new witness to this case.
Mm-hmm.
And now he's hanging out with Ed Higgins.
Yeah.
All on the same day that I was talking to the lawyer on Kathleen Bennett's case, and I said, they're fucking with Kathleen in the jail. I'm telling you, they won't let her get any money in her commissary. She can't get her medicine. They won't tell people which jail she's in. And he finally called over there and got her paperwork signed so he could be the attorney of record. So it just seems very, very strange to me. And also another witness called him yesterday. One of those... The witnesses against Kathleen contacted Kathleen's lawyer, Olive Bias. She was the one that married Michael Marcus.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she was. Well, she had a Lakota ceremony, and she married Michael Marcus. And Michael Marcus is an informant. He informed on several people.
Oh, man.
BJ Nastasio.
Now there's a guy in tinted windows driving a gray Tahoe next to me talking to someone on the phone. He's wearing a baseball hat. There's a black Dodge Ram that's following me 3 cars back.
Oh, man.
With tinted windows, of course.
Oh, and I didn't tell you this, but after I exposed this Eve Pizzamiglio, Chen, on my show, because I could already smell what was coming from them. They reached out to me mysteriously on the same day they made this announcement they were leaving Activate Now. And I thought, okay, well, they want to feed me a story here. They're feeding me information about Ed, who they've decided is going to take the fall for them. So they started, and I have no love for any of these people, so I could give a shit less who goes under the bus, but I can also tell when someone's trying to play me. And I'm like,
see if they follow me this way.
I thought these people are trying to play me, so I started asking her questions about her involvement in the organization, and she got very nervous about my questions. And when she got nervous, she basically told me she had to go because she had to go to sleep. But I exposed that conversation on the air, and I said at the end of my show, and I'm going to also be exposing the conversation Eve had with this whistleblower, Missy Waddell. And she said, she freaked out and she contacted her. So Missy contacted me and sent me all of their text messages where Eve essentially is trying to convince her to please not give any more information about their conversation to me. And when she realizes that Missy has already given me the information, she gets really, she gets upset, and she's like, basically, fuck off, have a good life kind of a thing,
Yeah.
But you can tell that she was literally trying to plant information with me and keep this, keep her own identity from being exposed.
Yeah.
And guess who else showed up in my live stream on that show? It was this guy who's the lead attorney on that Bernie Sanders thing.
Yeah.
The lawyer who's suing the DNC right now.
Wow, what a surprise.
Jared Beck.
Holy fuck, I think that guy's reached out to me lately.
Well, that guy...
People try and get me to retweet his tweets.
Yep, he was watching my show.
Wow.
On Ed Higgins.
Wow.
And Ed Higgins has a bunch of other shit in his email stuff about the Bernie campaign and all those plans that they were working on back then.
Yep.
And it shows his connection to a bunch of these other people, like Chelsea Lyons. She was a delegate.
Wow. Wow. Cindy, we stumbled across something way bigger than the two of us.
Yeah, that's kind of been the whole deal this whole time.
Holy fuck. Mm.
I was just trying to help an elderly lady, Wesley.
Okay, now there's a guy digging in his car looking for something in the trunk. Doesn't stop at a stoplight. He's picking up the phone. He's making a call. He's answering the phone. This is on the main road to where I'm headed. Now they're going to use an black SUV with tinted windows to get up beside me. I'm going to get in front of him. There's a white SUV with a fireman hat on the back window, license plate 5VNT443 directly in front of me. The SUV behind me, I can't see the license plate number. He's turning. Maybe he knows I made him.
Mm-hmm.
Because he turned with no signal and went a little too far past the next street before he turned. I'm still driving. Still driving. Fuck, I hate LA traffic.
And you know when the People Summit where they all converged together?
Yep.
Before going to Flint?
Yep.
Well, The Intercept interviewed Chase Iron Eyes. And Chase Iron Eyes had reached out, I had reached out to Chase Iron Eyes before anybody. I contacted his wife. I said, your husband is promoting and hanging out with Mulaney Stoneman, the woman that kidnapped this Lakota elder. Mm-hmm. She is dangerous. She is a criminal. She's working with this group of mercenaries that criminalize this family and others.
A car with no plates, black Mercedes, tinted windows, just pulled up. He's trying to get beside me. Fuck me. And of course, there's a Toyota Land Rover that's been following me, like a brownish, like not quite a gray or gold, but like a brownish color in between. It's turning with me. It's been with me the whole time. Since I was on Sepulveda back when my reception was bad. Mm-hmm. I'm going to take a left up here, and we'll see if he follows me this way.
Chase was talking to The Intercept. He was being interviewed by The Intercept.
I'm not surprised. He's going to try it. Now, this guy has stopped and not pulled up far enough. He's going to... Oh, fuck me, fuck me, fuck me. There's a black car behind me, Honda. I think woman driving it could be African American or Latina. I can't see her face. And there's a Porsche in front of me that's black that has no license plates at all.
That's irritating.
Normally in California, you're supposed to have rear license plates.
Does it have a dealer tag in the window or anything?
What?
Is there a dealer tag or something?
No.
Nothing.
Mm-hmm. Nope, nothing. I'm going to give enough room that I can go around them. And there's two people in the car, both male. It's a Beverly Hills Porsche approved certified pre-owner vehicles. There's no other tag on it.
Wow.
And that Toyota Land Rover is behind me, motioning to signal to turn left. And let's see if they turn left.
Are you still there, Wesley?
Still here.
Okay.
There's probably jamming equipment around the FBI. The person in the Porsche is still in front of me. The person in the black car is still behind me.
And this man, Chase, who would not talk about Kathleen Bennett's case, who was helping Mulaney Stoneman, reached out to me after the People's Summit because when he was talking to The Intercept, they were doing a Facebook Live, and everyone in the comments was asking about Kathleen Bennett. So he sent me this really lame message on Facebook and said, "Hey, I'm sorry about that Kathleen Bennett, Mulaney Stoneman thing. What's going on with Kathleen Bennett now? is there anywhere I can find information about her? And I'm like, motherfucker. I sent him an article he refused to print on this whole thing, you know?
Yep.
He knew about all of these people. He's worked with Mulaney Stoneman for years.
Yeah.
And he ran for Congress.
No, these people are liars, and it's their inability to come up with a good lie that gives us an edge.
And Michelle Manos?
They're good, but they're not perfect.
Michelle Manos is the person...
Michelle Manos has all of my login information for all of my accounts.
What? Oh, no.
Yeah, because Michael Wood Jr. didn't have a fucking Facebook page.
She's one of those people that are... She was just recently with Ed Higgins. Her and Jeremy White.
Followed.
Still the same cars?
Really? It's a little white car. There's 2 men in it. They are not white. They were going to take a left, and then I passed them, and they followed me. Now they're going slow. It's an old model. Once again, looks like a Toyota. I'm going to go up another route here, see if they follow me that way.
So yeah, I ended up seeing, I was...
Fucking motorcycle park there, god damn it. Alright, I'm still looking for a place. Oh, fuck me. What am I wrapped up in? You know, you try and do something for clean water, and people you think are getting their rights abused, and all fucking craziness comes out of it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I found a spot that's pretty close, hopefully in camera range of the building, although I'm sure they've got this entire parking lot under observation. Okay, I am now where I said I'm going.
Yep.
Let's see if I can make it to the building. Now, here's what's weird. I've been down here before, and they wouldn't meet with me. And when I called and I used the phone tree, it, like, didn't activate. And instead, I was transferred to a woman who wouldn't give me her name or her number to take a statement. And I feel like I've never talked to anyone who's actually in the FBI. Like, maybe that my phone is so full of malware. Okay, here's the two guys again. Just following me. One's got a baseball hat, a backpack, wearing shades. It's got a white front, blue background. Guy in a white shirt with him who's older. Oh, I go again.
Can you describe more about their build?
They're not that tall. The guy in the white button-down shirt is like one of those Cuban type of shirts. And the other guy's wearing a t-shirt with a backpack.
Height, weight?
The taller guy is older, and he looked overweight. Fuck, now there's all these lines of people out here. You know, walk up to this cop. Hi, yes, I need to speak with the FBI immediately.
Have a seat on the bench. I'll have somebody come out.
Please, I need to talk to an actual person. Okay, thank you. Okay, I'm wide out in the open. Oh, fuck.
You're still outside?
I'm still outside. The two guys are walking up. They're about 100 yards away. They're trying not to look at me, but I know they were looking at me before. Yes. No, I've done that before, sir. I really need to speak to somebody. I really need to. Okay, then may I speak to you as an officer or somebody else here who's an officer of the law and make a report?
Stand by. See if there's
Thank you.
lieutenants available.
Thank you.
What the fuck?
It's unbelievable. Now they're looking at me. They won't come in. They see me. They're moving around the side. Sir, there's two people who've been following me, and I really need to get in here.
Hang over there. Out of the doorway, sir.
Okay, I'm out of the doorway.
Sir.
Yes. Now I've been sent away. You're recording all this, I assume?
Yes.
Okay.
We'll be right with you, sir.
Thank you. All right. Now these guys are about to talk to the same cop I just talked to.
What?
They're asking him a question. I can't hear what it is. He's got his phone in his hand. Now he's telling them to take a seat.
What you need, sir?
Sir, can you, yes, please.
What's going on?
My name is Wesley K. Clark II. My father is four-star general, retired General Wesley Clark. He ran for president a few years ago. He was also head of NATO during the war in Kosovo back in 1999.
Okay.
I've been the victim of a Russian blackmailing operation. I have literally all the proof right here.
Okay, so who do you want to speak to today?
I would like to speak to someone in CI or counterterrorism.
Everything here is by appointment only. So what I can do for you is provide you with contact information. You can call them, explain to them your situation, and then they can address it from there. But unfortunately, there's appointment only.
Sir, these people know, I know what I know. They've called me 15 times in the last 20 minutes.
I'm telling you what the procedure is. We can't deviate from that. So I can give you the contact information.
Could you arrest me?
No, please. Maybe.
Please, please.
Stand by over here. Stand
Thank
by.
you.
Why won't they offer you any protection?
I don't know. I don't know.
So, after this, there is a little bit more. I'm not going to put you through that hell anymore.
Thank you.
After that, he actually tells me that his phone is about to die. It's only like 6% left, and that, he's got to go. So, but at that point, he was at the FBI building talking to them, and he just asked them to take him into custody. So I was like, I guess somebody will be bailing him out later or something.
Excuse me, FBI. I'm in danger. Can you arrest me? Sir, you'll have to take a number and then call through the phone tree.
But he told them he said he had all the proof that he is the victim of a Russian
blackmail
operation. Did you hear that?
I did.
Because that's what I heard him say. And I was like, wow, I couldn't, at the time that this all happened, I was just like, I can't believe they just recorded this.
Yeah, that's right.
I can't believe I just recorded this whole thing. But there it is. And now you have heard all of it. And now you know that was a bit of dramatic acting of the most epic and cheesy kind.
Yep.
I know they really, really, really want their acting careers to take off after this. But, all of this happened at the cost of an elderly woman losing her life before she had to, and another woman losing 6 months of her life sitting in a jail for no good reason, for nothing other than these people, estos prepotentes. They thought they could just get away with doing this. And I think that now they need to answer some questions, because we know what you did at Standing Rock. We know that you did the whole thing. So thank you for being here on A Mexican Crossing Lines on 88.1 FM, KPPPLP, Fargo Moorhead, where we are adding local color to your airwaves. And we'll catch you the next time. Night.